So for this mix and Mike-tics, we are going to be talking about Final Fantasy V. And what we're going to discuss here is an easy way to grind your jobs. Now, this is something that I believe may be well known. As always, it's something that I found out just on my own. And I'm going to do more than just, tell you, oh, just go to here and do this. I'm going to give you the tools so that you're doing it safely, effectively, and quickly. So for this, this is a mid-level tactic to level up your jobs, and there are some prerequisites. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get the Blue Mage job class, which I'm pretty sure is mandatory to get unless you're just you're an idiot and you forget to pick up the job shard, or you're just a glutton for punishment and you're like, I want to make this game as hard as I can, so I'm not going to get this job, which would be pointless because you could just get the job and not use it. So the next thing is kind of an optional, but I highly recommend it, which is when you get the Blue Mage, to on all 4 characters get the first level skill, which is going to be learning, because that way you don't have to be stuck in the Blue Mage for the next step that you have to do. The next prerequisite for this, and sorry Ben, I can't really show you these steps because I didn't want to spend 20 hours getting to this point when this just kind of came to my mind this morning.
Why not?
Oh, because
You're not dedicated to this.
life got in the way.
Oh, jeez.
I would have done it.
Oh, woe is me. I have a job. My family's sick. What a
So
Gets annoying if you're gaming. Gaming's more important.
So the next prerequisite for this is when you get to the Scholar's Library, which you should know what the Scholar's Library is when you actually see it, and you go down into the basement, you're looking for a specific monster in there. The monster is called page 64. Now, there are, I think, page 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. If you know anything about the Scholar Library, when you fight them, it always starts with the first one and goes up the list until it gets to wherever the game wants to stop, and then works its way back down the list. So you may not fight this one every battle, but when you do, this is where you're going to want to have either a Blue Mage on or learning on. Before you go in to fight this monster, you want to make sure that one of your characters, either your highest character, lowest character, or I guess if you want to do somewhere in the middle, if you don't like having your characters balanced, which drives me nuts, you want to make sure that they are on a multiple level of 5. So you'll probably be around like level 15, level 20, level 25. Make sure only one of them is on this level. The reason why is because page 64 cast a spell called, depending on what version you're playing, whether it's the Pixel Remaster, whether it's this Super NES version, PlayStation, it's either going to be, let's get to Blue Magic, either going to be level 5 Doom or level 5 Death. And you definitely want to get this spell at that point rather than waiting, because the next opportunity you have to get it will be past the earliest that you can use this job grinding location. So once you get that spell, maybe I should mention, an easy way to remember which one is going to cast level 5 Doom on you is to think of Nintendo systems. Nintendo never had a Nintendo 32. It never had a Nintendo 128 or 256, but there is a Nintendo 64. So just think of that to remember which one you need to wait to cast it on you. When you get that spell, your next step is, we're getting out of spend here. When you get that spell, your next step is then continuing with the game until you get to, and I'm going to give you some spoilers. So if you don't want to have this game spoiled for you, then good luck figuring this out for yourself, because there's no way around me without spoiling it. You want to get to this location, which is basically Gallus Castle. And in Gallus Castle, there is a location to the right where you can go downstairs. It's these steps right here. There is a save point right next to where you're going to go down to fight. This is important to know because you're probably going to pop up multiple times to save, because you don't want to be down there fighting and die and do all that grinding for no reason. When you go down these steps, there's only one monster in this small area that you'll encounter. And let me go ahead and get to fight their object d'arts. And these are them. And you're going to either see them in a group of 5 or a group of 2. If you beat them in a group of 2, they're going to give you 4 job points. If you beat them in a group of 5, they're going to give you 8 job points. You actually want to go for the bigger group, even though they're pretty tough monsters when you encounter them. You have to be careful because they also can stone you, which will prevent you from getting those job points. What you want to do, all you have to do is when you get to them, have your fastest character either be a Blue Mage or have the Blue Mage skill. And all you have to do is just cast level 5 death on them, or level 5 doom, and that wipes them completely out. Now, the best way to do this when you're leveling up is to take 2 characters and max them out in Blue Mage. And then take 2 characters and do like White Mage with them, because if your characters aren't fast enough, they're going to get hit pretty hard. So you're going to want to have someone there to heal. And then just go up and heal yourself within, come back, keep working those 2 characters as they run out. The first one runs out of magic, switch the second one to cast the level 5 doom. Heal yourself as is when needed, and then just go through as many job classes as you want. So if you're doing something like, let me bring the jobs here. So what you can do is something like the ninja and the dancer as one party that's set for blue magic, and then do something like, say, the samurai and the warrior and set them to white magic because they're going to be a lot slower. The benefit with maxing out your jobs is that your main job is super powerful compared to anything else that you're going to see out here, because they have the higher stats. They have the ability to choose a couple of job tasks that they can do, and they can equip anything. So you're not stuck with somebody who's going to have just like staves, or you're not stuck with somebody who's just going to have arrows. And you can keep coming back to this location throughout the game when you get new jobs and just grind those jobs up as well too. So that's the easiest way to do it. The safest way to do it, just stick by the stairs. There is an inn inside this castle that's not too far from the location downstairs. It's just one door over right here. So you can just go back, heal, get all your blue magic points back, go back to that spot, work those 2 characters until they run out of magic, come back to this inn, save it up, and go back. And actually it shouldn't take too long to get your jobs boosted up that way.